Ever wondered who the most formidable military leaders in history were? Our journey through the ages takes us from the sun-drenched plains of ancient Persia to the icy vastness of the Mongolian steppes. Each leader we'll discuss has left an indelible mark on the world, changing the course of history through their innovative tactics, strategic brilliance, and unyielding determination. These leaders not only expanded territories but also left behind legacies that would influence generations to come. They were men of action, of vision, and of relentless ambition, who changed the world in ways that still resonate today. From Alexander the Great's Hellenistic wars to Saladin's chivalrous recapture of Jerusalem, these leaders displayed prowess both on and off the battlefield. Their stories are as diverse as they are compelling, offering us a unique insight into the complexities of military leadership. So without further ado, let's dive into the fascinating lives and strategies of these exceptional leaders. Our journey begins with Alexander the Great, the young Macedonian who conquered the known world. Born in 356 BCE, Alexander led the Hellenistic wars, carving an empire that stretched from Greece all the way to India. His audacious spirit and military acumen were on full display at the Battle of Gaugamela, where he decisively defeated Persian king Darius III, securing control over Persia. Alexander was known for his innovative tactics. He masterfully used the phalanx formation and cavalry charges, adapting to diverse terrains and confounding his enemies. But his story didn't end with his untimely death in 323 BCE. His empire was divided among his generals, triggering a wave of Hellenistic influence that shaped the cultures of the ancient world. Alexander's empire spread Greek culture far and wide, leaving an indelible mark on history. From the steppes of Mongolia, Genghis Khan rose to power and created the largest contiguous empire. Born into fractious Mongol tribes, he united them under his rule and was elected as Genghis Khan in 1206. Not just a warrior, but a master strategist, Genghis Khan employed innovative tactics such as feigned retreats and psychological warfare, keeping his enemies constantly on edge. His territorial conquests were unprecedented, with the Mongol Empire stretching from Eastern Europe to Asia. But Genghis Khan was more than just a conqueror. He was a reformer. Implementing the Yasa Code, he brought order to his empire, promoted religious tolerance, and fostered trade along the Silk Road. His legacy is still palpable today. The great Khans that followed him continued his work, expanding trade routes and impacting world history. Genghis Khan's rule left a significant imprint on world history and trade routes. Renowned as the Scourge of God, Attila the Hun was a formidable invader of the Western Roman Empire. In the mid-5th century, he led a series of invasions that sacked numerous cities, bringing the mighty Roman Empire to its knees. But Attila's power was not only in his military prowess, he was also a skilled diplomat. He used the threat of invasion as a potent tool of intimidation to extract tribute and concessions from his adversaries. Attila's reign of terror came to an end with his death in 453 CE, marking the end of an era. Yet his reputation endured. His name became synonymous with the Huns, a people feared for their ruthlessness and warrior skills. Today, Attila is remembered not just as a conqueror, but as a symbol of the destructive force of the Huns. Attila's reputation as a ruthless warrior continues to echo through the ages. From the heart of Rome, Julius Caesar emerged as one of the greatest military and political leaders. His conquest of Gaul, spanning from 58 to 50 BCE, was a masterstroke, vividly detailed in his own writings, Commentariae de Bello Gallico. But his ambitions didn't stop at military glory. A bitter political rivalry catapulted Rome into civil war, at the end of which Caesar was declared dictator for life. His rule saw significant social and economic reforms, including the introduction of the Julian calendar. Yet his power and influence sparked fear and resentment among his peers, leading to his brutal assassination on the Ides of March 44 BCE. This event plunged Rome into turmoil, but it didn't erase Caesar's impact. His legacy endured most notably through his nephew Octavian, who would go on to become Augustus, the first Roman emperor. The impact of Caesar's rule endured through the ages, shaping the course of the Roman Empire. Hannibal Barca, the Carthaginian general, is best known for his audacious crossing of the Alps. This audacious journey was no small feat, as Hannibal led an army, including war elephants, through treacherous terrain to launch a surprise attack on Rome. This daring endeavor is one of the most celebrated military maneuvers in history. Hannibal was not just a man of audacious feats, he was also a master tactician, winning significant battles such as Cannae in 216 BCE. His strategies and tactics were so effective that they are still studied in military academies to this day. But Hannibal was not just a brilliant tactician, he was a symbol of resistance. Despite facing a powerful opponent in Rome, he never wavered in his resolve. Ultimately, though defeated by Scipio Africanus, Hannibal's spirit of resistance and his strategic brilliance continue to inspire. Despite his ultimate defeat, Hannibal's strategic brilliance continues to be studied in military academies. Leonidas I, the Spartan king, is celebrated for his heroic stand at the Battle of Thermopylae. His name is synonymous with bravery, sacrifice, and an unyielding spirit against overwhelming odds. In the late summer of 480 BCE, Leonidas led a small force of around 300 Spartans and a few thousand other Greek warriors to the narrow coastal pass of Thermopylae. They stood defiantly against a massive Persian army, estimated to be in the hundreds of thousands, under the command of King Xerxes. Leonidas and his men held the pass for 3 days, demonstrating extraordinary valor and tactical prowess. Their heroic stand delayed the Persian advance, buying precious time for the other Greek city-states. Though they ultimately fell, their sacrifice became a rallying cry for Greek resistance. In the centuries since, Leonidas's name and the story of his brave 300 have become etched in history. Celebrated in literature, film, and popular culture, Leonidas and his 300 Spartans have become enduring symbols of heroism. Richard the Lionheart, renowned for his leadership during the Third Crusade, was a legendary figure in medieval history. Born in 1157 CE, Richard was a force to be reckoned with on the battlefield. His most notable triumph was the Battle of Arsuf in 1191, where his tactical prowess led to a decisive victory over Saladin's army. But Richard's story took a dramatic turn when he was captured and held for ransom. Despite this setback, his reputation as a chivalrous warrior remained untarnished. After a substantial ransom was paid, Richard was released and continued to shape the course of the Crusades. His tales of bravery, tactical brilliance, and chivalrous demeanor echo through the annals of time, solidifying his legendary status in medieval history. Richard's legacy, marked by his courage and indomitable spirit, has inspired countless narratives and works of fiction. Richard's chivalry and tactical brilliance left a lasting impression on medieval history. Saladin, the Muslim leader, is revered for his recapture of Jerusalem and his chivalry. Born in 1137, Saladin rose to prominence with his audacious capture of Jerusalem in 1187. Unlike his predecessors, he ensured the humane treatment of defeated Christians, a testament to his tolerant nature. His military acumen was unmistakably evident at the Battle of Hattin, where he claimed a decisive victory against Christian forces. Known for his chivalry, Saladin's reputation extended beyond the battlefield. He allowed Christian pilgrims to visit Jerusalem, demonstrating a profound level of tolerance rarely seen in that era. Saladin's legacy is one of resistance and benevolence. His chivalrous conduct during times of war has been celebrated in numerous historical accounts, making him a revered figure in history. He was not just a great military leader, but also a man of honor, integrity, and tolerance. Saladin remains a symbol of resistance against Crusader forces and is celebrated for his humanitarian conduct. These legendary leaders, each unique in their strategies and impacts, have shaped the course of history. Alexander the Great, with his innovative tactics, spread Hellenism far and wide. Genghis Khan, through unification and innovative warfare, established an empire spanning from Eastern Europe to Asia. Attila the Hun, a ruthless warrior, used diplomacy and intimidation to extract tribute. Julius Caesar, despite his untimely death, left a lasting impact with his social and economic reforms. Hannibal Barca, remembered for his audacious crossing of the Alps, is studied as a brilliant tactician. Leonidas Thirst, with his heroic stand at Thermopylae, became an enduring symbol of Greek resistance. Richard the Lionheart, a legendary figure, displayed tactical brilliance during the Third Crusade. Saladin, known for his chivalry and tolerance, became a symbol of resistance against Crusader forces. Their stories continue to inspire and fascinate us, reminding us of the indomitable spirit of humanity.